Hi everybody, Tom Oates from the Wisconsin State Journal and madison.com here. And the preliminaries to the big game are over. Mike McCarthy has successfully kept his players muzzled all week regarding the Seattle Seahawks and the Packers' 3-game losing streak against the Seahawks. Marshawn Lynch's mother has supplied the Seahawks with their offensive game plan, and we're ready to go. The question now, can the Packers win the game? Here's 5 things that have to happen for the Packers to win the game. All that talk about an even-keeled approach all week, baloney, okay? The Packers can't take an even-keeled approach into this game. Seattle plays with an intensity, a ferocity, a physicality that you simply have to match or you're not going to beat the Seahawks. The Packers have to come with that mentality on Sunday night at Lambeau Field. Secondly, they have to run the ball. If you remember in the opener last year, won by Seattle 36-16, Eddie Lacy carried the ball 12 times. That can't happen. Mike McCarthy or now Tom Clements, who's calling the plays, cannot forget about Eddie Lacy. He has to be a factor in the game. The Packers have to control the ball somewhat. They're not a total ball control team, but they can't be putting their defense on the field time and time again after short stretches. So Eddie Lacy has to get the ball. Of course, we all know what drives Seattle. Marshawn Lynch, the Packers have to stop the run. Last year in the 2 games, Lynch hit the Packers 45 carries for 267 yards. Everything that Seattle does offensively is based on Lynch's running, or off of Lynch's running. Consequently, the Packers have to stop it. The struggles they had last week against Matt Forte and the Bears were a real problem. The Packers have a lot of work to do this week on their run defense. Finally, if you remember in the championship game, that wouldn't even, the big comeback by the Seahawks, they wouldn't even been able to come back if the Packers had scored touchdowns instead of being forced to kick field goals in the red zone. This year, they have to score touchdowns when they get down close to the goal line. Aaron Rodgers had his calf injury last year. Well, now he's got his mobility back. That should help the Packers in the red zone. Finally, special teams. The Packers had 2 huge special teams blunders last year in the playoff loss at Seattle. The opening game against the Bears showed much more promise. They even caught an onside kick, so no special teams blunders. The Packers will be fine. Finally, when you add it up, if the Packers do 3 or 4 of those things, they should be able to beat the Seahawks on Sunday night.